She walked into that luxury garage with grease still on her hands, and they laughed. A black girl, daughter of a mechanic, standing before billion-dollar engines. But when the arrogant boss challenged her to fix an impossible machine, what she revealed next left the entire company speechless. Before we start, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more heart-touching stories that prove one thing: never underestimate a fighter's heart. Rain splashed across the cracked sidewalks of Detroit as Maya Thompson tightened her father's old jacket and walked toward the shining building that seemed to belong to another world, King Motors Corporation. A place where men wore suits worth more than her father's entire workshop. Inside, laughter echoed through the steel and glass. She could feel their eyes following her oil-stained shoes. "You lost, sweetheart," a man in a silver tie mocked, leaning against a custom car. "This isn't a car wash." Maya smiled faintly, keeping her head up. "I'm here for the engineering apprenticeship." The laughter grew louder. "You mean the top-tier position?" "Oh, honey, that's reserved for actual engineers, not mechanics' kids." But before she could reply, a tall man with sharp eyes and an expensive watch appeared, Mr. Raymond King, the CEO himself. His tone was smooth but cold. "So, you're the one who sent in those unconventional designs?" "Yes, sir," Maya said softly. "I learned from my dad. We built engines that could run even when the world said they couldn't." Mr. King smirked. "You think you can handle real innovation? Fine." He gestured toward a silver beast of a car in the center of the floor. "Fix this. The engine's fried. My best engineers failed. If you can make it roar again." He paused, then chuckled. "The job's yours." The room fell silent. The challenge sounded more like a setup for humiliation than a test. But Maya nodded. "Deal." Hours later, Maya stood alone in the cold garage, her reflection shimmering off the chrome. The engine was a nightmare, a hybrid prototype that had defeated even MIT graduates. But where they saw failure, she saw patterns, possibilities. Her hands moved with the rhythm her father taught her. "Listen to the heart of the machine, baby girl. Every engine speaks, you just have to know its language." Sweat ran down her forehead as she worked through the night, whispering to herself the same words her father used when life broke them: "We don't quit. We rebuild." Memories flashed. Her father's laughter, his rough palms guiding hers, the day the factory shut down and left them broke. He had died fixing cars no one cared about anymore. But his dream was alive, standing there in that garage, fighting for respect in a world that had none for her kind. The next morning, the staff gathered again, smirking, waiting for the spectacle. Mr. King crossed his arms, clearly expecting to see failure. Maya stood by the car, silent. Then, without a word, she turned the key. The engine roared. A deep, thunderous sound shook the floor. The impossible machine came to life, smooth, powerful, perfect. Everyone froze. Mr. King's jaw tightened. "How did you?" Maya smiled softly. "You said your engineers couldn't figure out the voltage synchronization. The issue wasn't in the system, it was in the heart. Your team used precision. I used feeling." The crowd murmured. Even the loudest critics were now silent, watching this young woman who turned humiliation into triumph. But what came next silenced the entire room. Maya reached into her pocket and handed Mr. King a photograph, a faded picture of a man in a grease-stained shirt standing next to an old race car with King Motors printed on the hood. "My father built your company's first prototype engine, 20 years ago. You fired him when he got injured on the job." The CEO's face went pale. He took a step back, recognizing the man instantly. "Robert Thompson." "Yes," Maya said quietly. "He may have been just a mechanic to you, but to me, he was a genius. And he taught me everything you see today." The silence that followed was heavy. The same workers who laughed now stood ashamed. Mr. King, for once, had no words. After a long pause, he spoke softly. "Your father was the best man I ever worked with. I was young, arrogant. I owe him more than I ever admitted." He turned toward Maya. "You've not only earned this position, you've earned our respect. You brought back the heart this company lost." Maya blinked back tears. For a moment, she saw her father's reflection in the engine's gleam, smiling proudly. Months passed. Maya's name became synonymous with innovation. She rebuilt not just engines, but the way people thought, proving that brilliance isn't born from privilege but from perseverance. During her first public launch event, she stood on stage with tears in her eyes and said, "Never let anyone tell you that where you come from limits where you can go. I fixed an engine that billionaires couldn't, not because I'm special, but because I believed I could. My father always said, when they doubt your hands, show them your heart. And that's what I'll keep doing." The crowd erupted in applause. And as the cameras flashed, the world saw not just a mechanic's daughter, but a symbol of resilience, love, and legacy. Movie camera ending voiceover. She wasn't born into wealth. She was born into wisdom. The kind that no money can buy. If Maya's story inspired you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories that remind us, dreams don't need permission to shine.